Hey everybody, HK Sniper here. So I said I was going to make another video on D-Day, Ohio. Here it is. I know in my last video I had made, the lengthy video I made, I said I wasn't going to discuss this anymore, but some things have happened that definitely warrant a new video. Anyways, it's about a week and a half ago now, almost 2 weeks, D-Day, Ohio suddenly started popping up on FarbFest and other Farb related groups. People were making comments about the event. I don't know why all of a sudden the event got the spotlight on there, but it did. People started making comments, and then people started, as a joke, kind of like an inside joke, they started tagging these people that were making comments, and we were joking with them and saying, hey, don't critique D-Day, Ohio, or you're going to get banned. And as this kind of kept going on in these threads, people were kind of like, well, wait a minute, is this real? Is this a joke? And then people were like, no, you can get banned for critiquing the event. Once that happened, things really, really blew up. We've got all sorts of stuff going on with this, and it's gotten kind of out of control here briefly. Things have kind of stabilized since then, but there's still a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of things that we need to discuss, and I want to bring to your attention on this video and bring to your attention as reenactors, because if you are a reenactor, you deserve to know this information that's going to be coming out here. Anyways, more people are getting banned. Several people have been banned from the event, and people were getting their posts deleted on the both public and private pages. Anyone that asks anything about tanks on the public page, you're going to get your post deleted and you're going to get banned. And I've seen posts disappear and reappear. I don't know what's going on with the staff with that, but posts have been popping up and disappearing and reappearing and all sorts of craziness. But I do know that most people that posted something, just even innocently questioning tanks, are getting banned, not only from the page but from the whole event. And that's not good. That is not how things should be handled. Critique should not be handled with a heavy fist like that. For an event that, you know, cherishes the sacrifices towards freedom, banishing reenactors, which is a small community to begin with, but banishing reenactors for simply practicing a First Amendment right blows my mind. I don't know how you can sit there with a straight face. You know, I would love to ask some of these veterans what they think about it. People getting banned just because they're saying, hey, you know what, the battle's not quite as realistic in terms or historically correct as we'd like it to be, and we're trying to make it better. We don't hate the event. We don't hate the people that run the event. We want to make the event evolve into something more historically accurate and better, so that way you're supposed to be, you know, you praise that you're educating the people, but you have these tanks that weren't into the war until September, October of 1944. And discussing this, we're kind of getting into the nitty-gritty, nerdy stuff here, but that's the truth. How are you educating people when you're making it obvious that the only thing you care about is that you have stuff out there that goes boom? The event has been around since the late 90s. And, you know, we managed with this event with small numbers and without all this stuff, and it has grown since then. We could still manage without all this stuff. I'm not saying don't bring the tanks. The tanks are cool. I like seeing them. But they just don't belong on the beach landing. You can have a separate armor battle. They already do. I don't understand. So people are getting banned for this, for that thought. And this is where it kind of evolves into the current situation. Because now it has gotten so bad that reenactors are getting threatened in a variety of means. These reenactors that have been banned, myself included. There has been threats of, pretty much borderline threats of physical violence by staff towards reenactors. There has been threats of having reenactors arrested, even if they show up as a spectator, and we'll address that here in a minute. There even have been threats to contact Homeland Security and claiming that reenactors that are critiquing the tanks are a security threat. If you call Homeland Security and tell them that I have some guys that are critiquing my tanks and they should be watched by Homeland Security, they're going to laugh at you. It's ridiculous. And now it also has evolved to the point of other people are getting drug into this. There are threats of people getting banned from other events. There are threats of people getting banned from HRS. And even threats against people's careers. All because some people critiqued some tanks. That is ridiculous. It is overreaching, and this stuff is just out of control. We've seen new policies in terms of registration pop up. They have pretty much confirmed that they have a list of preferred reenactors and not preferred reenactors. If you have been in any sort of registration or you've interacted with D-Day in any way, like some sort of Stasi-like stuff, they've been keeping records on you. And if you have even critiqued the event, you're going to have a little mark in your file, and you're not going to be preferred. That is ridiculous. They're going through people's friends list. If you are friends with someone who's not in their preferred list, look forward to your registration probably getting denied if you try to register. Out of control, overreaching, and just pathetic. It's just pathetic. I'm not even going to say borderline pathetic. It is pathetic. This is out of control. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. Some people have said that, well, if I can't come as a reenactor, I'm going to come as a spectator. There were threats of having people arrested for trespass. I have spoken, I have made phone calls myself. I have spoken with City Council, confirmed this is a public park paid for by taxpayers. I spoke with Kevin, who is the manager of the park, who also confirms that this park is indeed a public park paid for by taxpayers, and the only reason he would remove someone is if they violated a law, or disruptive, or if they violated a park rule. Thirdly, I spoke with the chief of police today about this, and when I told him that there were threats of people getting arrested from a public park, he laughed. And he confirmed that this is indeed a public park, public access, and that they cannot ban people for practicing their First Amendment right, and that he's not going to get involved, and he's not going to have his officers get involved in pretty much petty drama, essentially. He did not have a lot of nice things to say about the event. And it sounds like there have been other issues in the past. That's just the sense I'm getting just from my discussion with him. So per the chief of police, sorry, D-Day staff, this is a public park, and you're not going to restrict people if they want to come as a spectator just because you ban them as a reenactor. The chief of police told me, unless you're violating a law, you are welcome in that park. That is a public park. So, people have even been getting banned because they're bringing up their concerns about there's drinking going on at the event around firearms. The chief of police also expressed that he is concerned about that as well. And it's not a good situation, and it's getting out of control. There's a lot of overreach going on, a lot of just inflated egos over just criticism, and it shouldn't be like that. So I'm going to reel this back, and as much as this stuff frustrates me, and I hate seeing reenactors getting banned. And I hate seeing people getting mistreated. That is one of my just things I hate to see. It's one of my pet peeves is to see people getting mistreated. And that's what's going on. It seems like anyone that critiques or brings up any sort of criticism is getting banned. And that's not good. And you should not be treating people like that. Because that's going to come around and bite you someday when you need the support from the community, and they're just going to turn and look the other way. So let's reel it back. I have several times offered to extend the olive branch, and I have been told to get bent by staff. I have received threats from staff, and it's just, enough's enough. D-Day staff, none of us hate you guys. None of us dislike you. We dislike your policies. We dislike some of your ideas, but we want to help you. When we critique your event, we're not critiquing your event because we hate you or because we want to tear the event down. We're trying to help. We want to make the event a better learning experience and as historically accurate as possible. We understand not everybody, not everything can be historically accurate to the stitch, and we're not asking for that. But there are some things that are controllable, such as tanks, which don't need to be present. And I'm not just talking about Allied tanks, I'm talking about the German armor on the beach too, like actually on the beach, which never happened. And there's things that are controllable. And there's also ways of handling critique that you guys really need to learn. If you are unable to handle critique without lashing out like this and threatening people and threatening Homeland Security and all this type of stuff, it's time to step down. And I hate to put it like that, but if you cannot handle this type of public stuff, it's you really, and I'm saying it in your best interest, to save yourself from the stress and to save yourself from just the stress and anxiety and the headaches, maybe you should give this opportunity to someone else to run things. But if you still want to run things, you still want to be in charge, that's fine. I'm not here to try to push anyone out. I'm not here to try to get people removed. And everyone else that has been involved in this is in the same boat. We're not here to get the event to be taken down. We're not here to get people to leave. We just want to improve things. And it's all we ask. At the very least, you could tell people, hey, you know what? Yeah, you're right. This isn't accurate. We'll look into it. Maybe we'll change things next year. But when you start banning people and you start calling people names and you start threatening people with a variety of means, it's not only unnecessary, it's just unprofessional. And for an event that is so publicly oriented, that is just bad PR in the making. So, at that, the olive branch is still extended. I don't want any sort of negative animosity between everybody. That's not what it should be like. We're all in this hobby for the same objectives and the same purpose. And this event has a universal objective that while we're there, we all are aiming to follow through with. So I've been saying this to a lot of people. When you're ready to come in for the big win, and put differences aside, put the egos aside, put the emotions aside, and stop the drama, the reenactors that you are banning are still willing to work with you, are still willing to be your friend, and are still willing to aid this event to becoming something better. Alright, we're not the boogeymen that you think we are. And we're definitely not the ones calling people names and threatening people, are we? We're just here trying to make things better. That is my message to the staff. As for everyone else, I urge caution when it comes to this event from here on out. This event has proven itself in the last couple weeks that it is capable of doing some heavy-footed stuff, firing from the hip, taking people out that don't need to be taken out, and really overall being kind of nasty. Hopefully things improve. Hopefully clearer heads reign supreme here very soon, and we can start working things out. That is all I have for now. When I get more information or something else comes about, I'll be sure to make a video on it. There's been other couple people have been wanting to make videos on it. There's another reenactor that is making some as I speak. He's going to be discussing some of his experiences. And I hope this pans out, because this stuff is just unnecessary. It's sad, it's unnecessary, and we're all better than this. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.